Welcome to the Miscellaneous preparation video. Let's start with the air filter. First I removed the tube band so I could bend the tube and remove the box. Making the front wheel dance really helped with manoeuvring the box out. To reveal the filter I removed all 4 screws at the base. After removing the old filter the new one slips straight on. Then you can re-secure the base. Unless you enjoy pain, do not do this at night time. Later I realised getting the top on first helped with getting the box in overall. Percussive maintenance at its finest. Feeding the tube band back over the carburettor is a challenge, but with some magnanimous tenacity the bike worked with us, and then we screwed the base in. I found the front rack fairly simple to put on. I used an extended hex bolt for the main bolt with hex nuts as spacers. Then I used some more hex bolts to secure the side arms. Massive shout out to Tesco who let me tactically obtain one of these baskets. The hacksaw was the perfect job to take the handles off. I later repurposed these handles for my stove. As I later found out why, I highly recommend stronger cable ties for this process. I was bottoming out these old shockers, so it was time to replace these with some new ones. After removing the rear rack, the old ones slide straight off. In come the new CG125 shockers. These were 10mm longer, so it took a little bit of pressing in, but they fit fine. It was then time to refit the indicators and put the rear rack back on. Cheers, mum. Because I'm taking my whole life with me to the Sahara Desert, we decided to max out the springs. To mitigate against the iron butt syndrome, this is my Amazon spring seat protector. Very comfortable. Hello team, I want to give a massive thanks for your support in this journey to the desert. If you haven't already, consider subscribing to keep updated with content. Share this with your friends, smash a like, even comment your own experiences down below. Let's get back to prepping. The hardest thing about getting the side stand off is actually the spring. The glove and goggle combo is great for this. Out with the old, in with the new. Using a screwdriver underneath the new spring really aids with putting this on. With boots on, my feet feel fairly large on this bike. And that also means the kickstarter pushes my foot forward uncomfortably. To adjust the angle, I popped the kickstarter off and simply moved it back a couple of degrees. Finally tightening it back up. To improve stability and the sensation of vibration, I installed this balance bar. It also acted as a fantastic mount for my Insta360 X3 camera. The quad lock is fiddly but unmistakably useful. After inviting someone I trust over to help, we then installed the wing mirrors. The original right wing mirror had a reversible bolt. To test the angle of the mirrors, I sat on the bike and aligned them with my shoulder. After fitting in the auxiliary tank, I went for a test ride and the speedo cable had fallen out because this screw had come loose and frayed. So this is me inserting a new one. I ensured it was screwed on tight with a bit of thread lock, and then threaded the cable through this loop in the guard. To gain access to where the speedo goes, it's time to take the headlight out. Here's my short attempt at trying to feed the cable through. The nut at the end kept on sliding down. I put a drop of engine oil down the tip so that the cable would move fluidly. A rotation of masking tape prevented the nut from slipping down the cable, which consequently allowed me to feed the cable up through the forks without the nut falling. Masking tape also saved the headlight. Here we're trying to figure out how to tighten the nut to the console. The sausage fingers got in the way, so we used needle nose pliers to gain access. No. Yeah, almost 10 kilometers an hour. And finally, to provide an electrical impulse to the heart, we replaced the spark plug. The craziest route. Oh, come on, Harriet.